Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5th online qualifier for the Halo World Championship in North American region. We have some updates before we jump into game number 2. First of all, massive props to Allegiance Esports. They have clinched the number 1 seed in today's tournament. They had a huge lead coming in, and they managed to get to the round of 16, which gives them just enough points, gives them 1,000 points each, to guarantee that it doesn't even matter if CLG win today. They have that first place seed, so congrats to them. Second update for everyone watching is Team Envious are out in top 32 fashion, which also means if Liquid win this series, they will actually take Team Envious's spot, the 4th seed, and congrats to them if they're able to do it. So I'm excited to see if they can, but Walsh, you kind of brought up a good point that it doesn't really matter too much in terms of that 4th and 5th seed.
No, I mean, the difference between 4th and 5th seed is who you play in the semis. Most of these teams that are a higher seed aren't as worried against the lower seed teams that they're playing. Right. So at this point, it does not change their semifinals match. Now, however, or I should say the quarterfinals match. However, the part that's most surprising to me is that Envy score. I've heard that the game number 2, the team slayer is 50-29. Like, that's, I was thinking Ogre 2 was the person to bring that, bring the squad together and hopefully bring the squad together. But who knows, there could be other factors at play, and can't take away from the team that beat him. I think it was Pool 30 Minutes is the squad name. Yep. But anyways, let's talk about the current game we're in right now. Who you jumped on board with?
Right now, watching APG has that BR, and of course Liquid with that 10 kills to 3 lead. There was a bit of a delay getting this one started, but now it seems to be in a full flourish, that's for sure. Of course, I think everyone today being a little extra cautious when they're going into a Slayer game, making sure their connection is absolutely A-OK. No one wants to get DC'd or even disqualified, especially if you lag out in Team Slayer. But for now, everyone is good and ready in the lobby, that's for sure. APG currently leads 4 kills for Liquid, as I actually want to stay on board with him. Liquid actually had a relatively big lead at the start of this game, Walsh, but now you see just 4 kill lead, nothing too massive. But as I say that, it looks as if the kills may go in Liquid's favor once again.
Yeah, we see 3 members over in dip here, so this is going to be a huge play by APG because we're at 9:57 mark, so Overshield has to be up any second. We're going to have to see who can acquire this. For those that are unfamiliar, Overshield comes up 2 minutes after you picked it up, so generally this first Overshield on this map is picked up instantly. So I'm trying to scoop around. It looks like Retro JM is somehow able to grab it here. So that was at the 9:41 mark. Next Overshield will be up at 7:41.
And that was really interesting because no one from Liquid kind of played for that. You saw Ace run pretty much straight past OOS. Must have known that it was coming up relatively soon. Decided not even to really set up and challenge that. And as you said, Retro able to pick it up, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was confusing because it seemed like APG did a really good push towards dip, got 1 kill, at least did damage towards another member, and bought time, did his job. So I'm not sure where the other Liquid members are, but we're going to have to see if they can bring us together. I mean, in the end, they still have somehow 11 kill lead after not getting that second Overshield. But point being is they could have, increased that lead even further.
Oh, yeah, potentially massively increase that lead, but as you said, they do still have a comfortable lead. That was really props to Heinz with that SMG. Managed to just eradicate OS as quickly as he possibly could. Ace, meanwhile, will pick up 1 and get traded. Unlegit has sniper rifle in his hands. Meanwhile, APG in a bit of a scrappy situation there. Managed to put enough shots down that Unlegit can just switch to his BR and pick up that kill. Speaking of Unlegit though, let's go and have a look at his perspective with that sniper rifle. This is the first shot. Plenty of ammo left though. And of course, as we saw in that kill feed, has the BR in his back pocket if he needs it.
And it looks like he's doing a great job trying to get some crossfire towards Cafe. But I was wondering more so about these stairs, and of course, he has his teammate Richie Hines watches back at Cinema Stairs. And just kind of having the perfect position. I like what Liquid's doing. They're prioritizing having that Cafe, having that second angle cut down from them so that this person, that sniper, who is unlegit, he can't get shot from multiple spots. So right now he's able to get these easy pickings where he gets that first headshot on Versatile over at Light Rifle.
And he actually managed to just body Retro as well. Looks to clean up that kill, kind of fired a burst and was like, hey, wait, you didn't die? What the hell's going on here? Immediately jumps down, challenges Retro, feeling confident that's going to be the double kill. As he jumps up, picks up Gun Havoc, looking to see if he can find the third, but doesn't seem as if he he's going to be knowing where the spawning action flags. I say that someone spawns directly in front of him. That is a crazy spawn gun. Havoc's going to pick up, and Unlegit does well to stay alive. The grenade's going to come flying in. Teammate with OS fly straight past him and should be able to clean up one kill. Heinz potentially looking for the second as well, but Unlegit doing a great job of just staying alive with that sniper.
Most impressive part to me right there is just that spawn awareness. He knew that there were opponents over at Tran, yet he knew the potential of someone spawning at bottom snipe lift, and that's exactly what we went for. Like, we saw that coming through in our caster vision here, but the fact that Unlegit was aware of that, it's just mind-blowing.
Yep, fantastic knowledge coming in as APG falls. Heinz, meanwhile, throws out that grenade, not going to pick up the kill. The second one will, though, on Freezy Oh Baby. It's an 18 kill lead in this game. Definitely looks a lot more comfortable than that game one. Of course, it was a 3-2 win for Liquid, but by no means was it comfortable at all as Heinz tries to turn around. Not going to be able to do so in time. He will fall as the lead's still massive in favor of Team Liquid here. It would be a monumental choke if they were to lose this second map here. But now, though, everything looking good for them to steal away Team Envious' 4th place seed.
Yeah, it's all, you know, it's going to be Envy's seed, but at some point you have to wonder which is the better seed. I mean, they're going to play, the 1 seed's going to play the 4 earlier on in certain cases. So it's like, never mind. Actually, you're on the same side of the bracket. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore what I'm thinking. So, because at first I was thinking it was like 5 plays 2, but no, I was completely off. Yes, they have the exact same seed, so yeah, it's not gonna play much of a factor except for like that earlier quarter round or the round of 16 where they might have a slightly better team. But at this point, both these squads should be able to roll through that round.
Unless EG get knocked out in the next round, I believe, and then Liquid went on to win today's qualifier. That's the only other way that the top couple of seeds could change. So that would be a drastic change, but I don't think we're going to see that. I would be very, very surprised if something like that happened. End of this game, APG, of course, picks up OS. Doesn't even need to use it. 50-26, a convincing win for Team Liquid in Game 2. As I mentioned, though, Game 1 definitely wasn't as comfortable as it arguably should have been, as Liquid pick up the 2-0 win.
Game 1 was incredibly close, that 3-2 flag game. Now, this is surprising because you and I are both witnessing firsthand who's benefiting from these team changes. And I have to argue, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like we see that much stronger of a Liquid squad. Envy, based on just the result today and not having watched the match, you have to kind of say Envy is not doing as well. But even then, like, we've seen Envy drop out in some earlier rounds. So I really don't know who's coming ahead in these team squads. Like, I don't feel like this Liquid or this Envy squad is substantially better than the previous rosters.
I think that's fair to say. I think you really have to wait till that first event where you're going to see all the teams kind of sit down and play against each other on a LAN environment. That's where you're really going to see that difference. But in terms of the online results, you kind of hit the nail on the head there, Walsh. You know, Team Envious, they had previously some poor performances in early rounds, and well, they're going to have a similar thing today, finishing top 32. Definitely not the performance I think Team Envy fans were looking for, especially, you know, picking up Ogre 2 as well. You kind of hear that and you're like, oh, great, you know, we got one of the best players in the game, greatest of all time on our squad. Yay, we're going to do wonderful, wonderful things. But, you know, first time teaming. Is that something which could potentially have that effect maybe? You know, first tournament as a new team, chemistry not quite there. Is that something?
There's both sides of that argument. Of course, most teams, when they get together, the longer they're together, the more they're going to improve. However, there's usually that kind of instantaneous click that happens with rosters. You usually have a good idea of if it's going to work or not. It's usually telling if you don't have to have players drastically change their play style in order to make it work for the squad. So obviously, the way that they're currently playing isn't very complementary to what the team needs, but they can still make adjustments and everything. But I would still argue that the teams that click faster are almost guaranteed more success in the long run, because it's just that great feeling. It's like, wow, we've only been playing together a week and it already feels better than the team that we had together for 4 or 5 months. And just kind of builds up your confidence. You start to work out on small little errors compared to working on the bigger picture. Like, all right, how are we actually going to work together? Like, do we have somebody as like a designated anchor off the start to lay down cross net fire that we're kind of lacking right now? Or do we need someone to focus more on objective? It's so much nicer when you have those big picture items already taken care of, and then you just work on the small low kings.
Well, we still have a couple of teams that I'm excited to watch as the tournament progresses, but massive congratulations to Liquid progressing through to the round of 16. For now, we're going to get a quick commercial break. When we return, though, more action from today's tournament. Be right back.